Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up these here. Really quickly, the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into the unwrap editor and I'm going to clean this up. I know I didn't touch it at all, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the top row here and let's see here, align horizontally, and I'm just going to do this on every one here real quick, and that's just going to kind of clean up and make everything look pretty right now. As far as the unwrap goes. And then just to save space, I'm going to grab, let's see here, you know what, I'm going to just grab these here like so, and we're just going to kind of scale them out like that. And then I'm going to grab this and just kind of do a vertical alignment, and that's just going to clean up really fast. Oops, I need to get that one in there too. It's just going to clean up really fast the entire piece, and it's mainly because I'm doing this mainly because of the way I'm going to paint it, and so because I'm using flat colors, I'm not worried about the distortion and things like that. So it's just a matter of going in here and doing this for each one here. Now, sometimes it's a little bit easier just to grab bits and pieces and kind of start with one and go like this, and grab this and kind of shrink some of this. And so as you can see, I'm cleaning up quite a bit here, and really quickly just kind of implementing straight lines. And just move this a little bit over here, start there, and there. That's close enough. I just want a relatively clean area to start with. And I'm just going to line these up so they're roughly even, not that I have this weird kind of stretching all over the place. Okay, now that that's done, I've got my other piece in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing we did with the other piece. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to control to grab that, and I'm going to add another UV on there. And you'll hear my cat in the background, sorry about that. So I'm going to grab these, and basically let's organize some of this. I'm going to just pick up here. Let's move, oops, I'm going to grab these two. Let's just move that up and tight against there. Grab this and scale that down because I don't need near as much space for that. And let's move that over. Same thing here. I'm going to grab this and scale it down because these are so much smaller. And we're all about priorities here, so I'm going to scale these two smaller. And these are the sides, and the sides are kind of tiny, so I'm just going to grab these two. Actually, you know what? I'm going to grab this one, flip horizontal, try and line it up as close as possible here because it's going to be a solid color and I'm not really worried about it. So by doing that and putting it over here, I now have made space for everything. Here's my gear level. I can probably grab two of these and just kind of scale them down a little bit because they don't need to be that big. Grab this, put it in here. Something like so, and then grab this and it will be put in here like this. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm going to go to tools, not packet, relax, no, not relax it, or render UV template, sorry, took a brain fart for a second. Pretty much render that out. I'm going to save renders off on a different screen here, and save that image as the console, and then we're just going to do PNG and hit save. Okay, and I'm going to close this out because I don't need it anymore. Alright, now we're going to just open this in Photoshop. So I will go to my scenes here, console PNG, drag that into Photoshop. There's my smiling face. Alright, so now with this in there, I'm going to do a couple things. First thing is create a new layer, and just simply menu Alt backspace, put that in there. There's my first layer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab this here and select, and let's go edit and go into brightness contrast or hue saturation here, and I'm going to darken that a little bit. So I'm going to keep the same thing, and I'm going to so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply grab this here, and we are going to simply just do something like this, and what I'm going to do is go hue and saturation on this, and I'm just going to desaturate it. That's fine. Grabbing this here, and again, really simple. I'm just going to adjustments, hue saturation really quickly. And we'll do black here. Actually, there's select, reselect. And all I'm going to do is pick a lighter color in there with transfer. And just kind of something like that. And same thing here, just kind of create kind of a wood pattern. I'm just really simple. And we're going to go with that selection and a little bit darker. Oops. Don't want to go into other areas there, but and really just keep it simple, keep it, it doesn't have to be, super interesting. And then I'm going to just grab some of this darker color here and really quickly just draw two stripes, pick a lighter color, and on the top of that just draw kind of two bands, grabbing the rectangle here, and I'm pretty sure this is the base there. And I'm going to just take a brush with a soft round, and with my light color I'm just going to really quickly, that's it, that's all I need. If I want a darker color, I can simply add in a darker color like that, and that's it. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. Now if you want knobs and buttons and dials and things like that, You want to create a new layer, and you are going to simply, you can have readouts. It really doesn't matter what you're doing. Um, and it's just a matter of each layer you kind of decide what you're going to do with it. So if you want a gray, I'm just going to put a little gray thing in there, and we can go here, and just again with this, really simple, and we can just kind of do ticks like this, and then we'll have like, I don't know, red, like a red little arrow here. You can have knobs and dials, and pretty much do whatever you want as far as your details. And think about things, especially in this manner. We're doing things very simplistic. Um, if you're going to do knobs and dials and buttons and things like that, uh, do one thing. Just grab the brush here. Do one thing like this, and simply just kind of put these bits and pieces around so that it makes sense, um, and you have a good idea of what's going on. Maybe a couple of these and some like this, um, so on and so forth. If you want little knobs and dials or things like that, we can just do something simple like this. And we can paint those. What I'll do is I'll do a blue one and paint that, and then just kind of put some of these buttons over. And again, it's taking the time and just putting in the detail. Go here. Let's do kind of a yellow one, a little bit, and let's pick a blue. Let's go green here. I haven't done a green, so I'm just gonna, and again, this is all that I need. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here, and basically I'm done. So I just need to save this, and we're gonna call it console PSD. Hit save, and then I'm gonna jump over to my here, like so. Close that out. I need that. I can do the map here, and just simply go in the map. Oops, not that one. And go here, go to bitmap, and console PSD. Collapse the layers. Just make sure we show it. And there we go. And that's all that I really need. And again, you can see here I've got this going through a little bit. So there's things that I can do in here. I can go in and clean this up and make smaller buttons. And I've got a number of things that just need to be kind of dealt with, and that's okay. And there's different ways to do with this too. I can once I've got this done, I can just go into this one and go into edit poly here and go into the element, hold and yes, and so we can kind of move some of these handles around and so on and so forth. Get out of that, go back into, oops, hold and yes, go back here, and go back into here, hold and yes, and then it looks like I screwed up the unwrap on there. So I can just actually go undo that until it looks like I don't have any more undos. All right, so basically kind of screwed that up, and that's okay. Sometimes it happens. Um, it's just a matter of going in and fixing what is all screwed up with it. So I can look at this and actually I'll say no on this. Go here and go into Polygon and open the editor once. And you can see things are kind of screwed up and they need to be fixed. Um, and it might be as simple as going in here and looking at what it looks like in here. No, it looks like it's screwed up, so I need to deal with it. Um, whether I choose to make it over again or if I choose to kind of redo the whole thing, it's just a matter of laying out the objects back into the same kind of organizational pattern that I had them before, which isn't that big a deal. And this is also why we save multiple versions. I should be able to go in train 01 and import the other object in here too. So a number of different ways to kind of fix this. All right. Hey, I wanted to thank everyone for subscribing to my Patreon, and if you haven't yet, check it out.